Okay, so news has come out now that the New York Islanders announced that they have signed Matt Barzal to a 3-year deal worth $7 million per year, $21 million over the course of those 3 years. And my thoughts on the deal are this is a really good deal for New York. They get to keep Barzal on a good contract. It's somewhat of a team-friendly one. I think it's a very fair price for both sides, as Matt Barzal, through 68 games played last year, totaled 19 goals, 41 assists for 60 points. And generally, 60, 70, 80 point guys around there, they get around that 7 to 9 million range. So I think to have him at 7 is very fair. And Matt Barzal is a very dynamic player who I feel has maybe held back a tiny bit offensively in Barry Trotz's system. But hey, it's Barry Trotz. I really like the way he coaches. So it's always team first. It's always about the team. And I think Matt Barzal's really bought into that team first mentality. And when you have a player of that caliber buying into that mentality, that's something really special that the New York Islanders have. And for me, Matt Barzal, after John Tavares left the Islanders, he really signifies Mr. New York Islanders. Like, how some teams just have that guy on their team that, people say he's Mr., add whatever given team into the blank, And for me, Matt Barzal's Mr. New York Islanders. I mean, that's kind of his team after John Tavares left. I think he really proved people that he doesn't need Tavares to have a successful season. Points-wise, despite his points dropping after Tavares left, I attribute that solely to him playing under Barry Trotz's more defensive-minded system, as I mentioned earlier, but he's so dynamic. Good on him. He got a very fair deal, I think. I think the team got a fair deal. Hats off to Lou Lamoriello for not giving in and overpaying Barzal. And Barzal, I think, should be happy with this deal himself, too. I think it's a very fair deal for both sides. And for him, for Matthew Barzal, he's a guy that's only going to get better, in my opinion. He got 61 points through 68 games last year. Through 56 games this year, I think it's fair for him to expect him to get at least 40 points minimum if he's healthy the whole season, maybe even 45. And it's so important for New York to have that. As we know, they have at times been a bit of an offensively challenged team, but they got some good youngsters coming up, like Oliver Wahlstrom. If they ever get that whole Josh Ho-Sang thing figured out, that's a guy who could have add lots of dynamic offensive ability to the New York Islanders forward group, but that's another topic for another day, the whole Josh Ho-Sang story. But they keep Barzal, their best player, their best, he's a good centerman too. He's a great number one center for them and a very underrated player. And I think more people will be talking about him, and rightfully so, as the years go on. But that's what I have to think on this contract signing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And just one more thing before I end off this video. Camp started. Thank God for Barzal's sake that he got this contract done now, because we've seen guys in the past, most notably William Nylander, who sat out the whole camp, pushing the limit to the deadline of when they can sign, and they come in really crappy, terrible shape. And the New York Islanders, Barry Trotz demands a lot from his players, so he's going to really want his players in excellent shape. So good on Barzal for getting this done now. So guys, back to what I was saying. Please like and subscribe, share this video, especially if you're a New York Islanders fan. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on the whole Matt Barzal ordeal, him signing the contract, and how excited you are to have him, and how do you think your Islanders will do this year, because I think they're going to be another one of the teams that is going to be right in the mix in that really tough division that they're in now. So that's all for now, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.